Okay, so we can all agree. Well, not all agree. I just want to say this right now. I'm not trying to be negative about Cyberpunk. I know if you guys are enjoying it without having any problems, good on you. I'm not trying to make this like I'm trying to give it shit, because I can tell from playing it's a good game if I keep playing. But for me as a consumer, that I'm just worried that I just face more bugs and issues. So I'm okay with myself waiting a bit and playing a little bit of Cyberpunk. But we all agree that it's ridiculous and it should not get to the point that we're at, that it should have been delayed, and that I feel like CDC, how you call it, CD Red or Red Project, okay, one of the two, that they sort of manipulated the consumers, because I went to go check on their videos, right, and I have not seen once of the last gen gameplay, but I could have sworn they did an Xbox gameplay of Cyberpunk, but I have not found the video. But there was only PlayStation, so I watched that, right, and I saw the PS4 Pro graphics, and I'm like, yeah, here we are. Like, what today? What's today? Today's the 16th. So here we are 6 days later, and we're already complaining of how the PS4 version of Cyberpunk looks like PS3 graphics, and it's like what? Like, I'm pretty sure this game. Okay, I keep hearing like both sides of the story, because I'm hearing on one side the game is supposed to be for last gen, and then I hear on the other side that this game was supposed to be for the new generation. What I think it should have been for the last gen, but I don't understand the issue of adjusting, because we're in a new generation of consoles. So I felt like, hey, they could have just released this just for the last gen and not necessarily make this game into the new gen, because like, bro, it is currently December and the PS5 and the Series X just came out maybe a month or two ago. Or I can't remember what date. It was like I think it's a whole PS and the Series X just came out for a month ago. So excuse me, people are having difficulties right now. I'm having difficulties trying to secure one for myself, man. And let me tell you, it's not fun. Man, like it runs, it looks perfectly fine of how the game runs, especially on PC. And most people are like, hey, get a PC, bro. Oh, PC is so much better, or something like. Yeah, that's on you. But the thing is, for me, that costs way more. Even to buy it or to build one costs way more than buying $500 of a console, Just a little thought out there, but it's running well on PC, so I'm glad a different type of game, the other different types of gamers, mainly for the PC community, are having a great time playing it. But it's just the last gen, we're getting hit really hard for no reason, and I felt like, hey, this game, to me, maybe it is supposed to come out for the last generation, but I could have been fine if they delayed it and say, hey, we're having performance issues with the last gen, even though it's supposed to be on this gen, but we're making it into the next gen for the Series X or PS5. A bit of communication goes a long way, especially if you're making a game and you're giving it the gold and then delaying it and say, hey, this is our final deadline. But I could have been fine. This game should have been maybe a couple of months. I'm not gonna say it should be a year's worth of delay, but hey, I could be wrong. And I heard that they made an investors call, an emergency one. I talked about that they're going to be primarily focusing on fixing the bugs and issues on the last generation of consoles for Cyberpunk. and that's great. And I think they said a little along the lines of delaying some of their multiplayer. The multiplayer, I think, is supposed to. I think they said it's coming out in 2021 or 2022, somewhere around there. Correct me if I'm wrong. And with DLCs, I didn't know Cyberpunk was getting DLCs. Like, I'm straight with you guys. Like, I did not know what they were gonna add into the game. I just know that this game was in development and it looks pretty nice, and I just jump on board in the bandwagon. Like, hey, this is a great game and I should invest my time into. But it's, you know, it's ridiculous. But I don't want to give a company like this company specifically this shit, because I heard they made great games that, you know, I don't even play, but, you know, they have a great track record of just making great games and just being really reliable to the community. And, you know, a lot of people, they don't want to, you know, play this broken game and they want a refund, which is understandable, right? So they put out a tweet here that says, "Dear gamers, first of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on the base last-gen consoles before it premiered. In consequence, not allowing you to make more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PS4 and Xbox One." You see here, like, that's what got me into it, because when I watched the gameplay, I expected to be something like that in the last gen, because I'm pretty sure there was a Xbox video gameplay of Cyberpunk, and I'm like, okay, because I think I saw it in the Series X version of the game, right? And I saw like the PS5 version. So they I was watching it, right, and I expected to be similar. Like, I can't say no, I wasn't thinking like it was going to be exactly like it, because the new generations and the old generation, they're the way that the PS5 and the Series X compares to the PS4 and Xbox One, they're completely different on performance, on graphics, and everything. They're completely different from each other. So I expected a little bit, you know, like of a difference if I play on the One and then on the Series X. And for PS is a whole different case. Like, you can actually see a different comparison with a PS4 and a PS5. They look completely different. So, you know, I kind of expected something like that, something not exactly like the new generation, like with better graphics, but, you know, something stable, like I would say like Modern Warfare's engine, when it looks really nice, looks really clean and crisp, and not like, you know, over the top, because, you know, we're in the last gen hardware and everything. So, you know, our consoles can only do as much as they can from the games that they're playing in. And, you know, and again, I think, yeah, earlier when I said about securing with the new consoles, like, they should have thought of this a bit further, because right now, I'm pretty sure 90% of Cyberpunk's current players of what they're playing are on last gen, dude. Because, again, getting the PS or his Series X, it is atrocious, and scalpers, bro, they are capping so hard and try to upcharge people for like $1,000, and it's just fucking ridiculous, man. So, of course, like, maybe this is what I'm thinking, like 90% are just on last gen, and maybe like that good 10% of the people are in that new generation of consoles. Let me say, lucky to them, and it sucks for me. But they should have thought of something like that, or even consider something like that of a possibility, because not everybody can just like fucking get everybody can get each of consoles. Man, I can barely talk on day one, so it's whatever. And then we continue. Sorry about that. And second, we will fix the bugs, crashes, and improve our overall experience. This first round of updates just been released. One is coming within the 7 days. Expect more as we update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch 1 in January. This will be the following patch 2 in February. Together, we should fix the most important, most permanent problems gamers are facing on the last gen consoles, of course. will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of their release. They won't make the game unleash and look like it's running on a high-spec PC or next-gen consoles, but it will be closer to that experience than it is now. And that's exactly the point I'm just trying to make. Like, I don't expect it to run like the next generations. It should be run like the best of its ability. But we just got like really not good graphics, man. Finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchase, and we would appreciate it if you would give us a chance. But if you're not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. For copies on purchase digitally, please use the refund system of PS or Xbox respectively. For box versions, please try to get a refund at the store where you bought it. The game when you bought the game, should this not be possible, please contact at help me refund at cdprojectred.com, and we will do our best to help you. Starting from today, you can contact us for a week until December 21st, 2020. So that's nice, but looking at Twitter, a lot of people are having a hard time refunding. I don't know how it is for PS people, how they do it. I don't know if it's the same thing like Microsoft, because I can pretty much guarantee for everybody for refunding in and Microsoft with anything, it's okay. Like, I can just easily just write a complaint or something, and I'll just like get my money back and everything. And I've done that with many things. I accidentally made purchases of things that I shouldn't, like, that I accidentally bought of, and I just refunded it, and I got my money back, and the item just returned. So I could say for 100% guaranteed that Microsoft's version of refunding system is just a-okay. They'll just get back to you. It usually takes maybe like a day or two to get your money back, and email from Microsoft confirming that, hey, like, they're glad you contact them, yada yada. I don't know how PlayStation works. I don't know if you can refund it on PlayStation. I don't know if it's the same thing or different, so I can't really comment on that. And for physical people who bought it, I mean, like, we're in the day and age where we just get things digitally, so it's whatever. But I don't know if this whole process is going okay, because I can't really speak out a lot of people, but I'm just looking at these tweets, and people are having a hard time, like, even emailing CD Projekt of getting a refund. And I don't think emailing these people are gonna be like, be on top, because who knows how many people are gonna be responding. And let's say they have like probably millions of people emailing them, and they're just like not gonna get to you, or they're gonna be like, hey, we'll get back to you, and just like don't reply. I don't know if I would trust them, if I would even email them to refund my version of CyberPunk. But for me, I'll just be patient. I'm in this game for the long term, not really for like, oh, I'm pissed off, I don't want this game no more, I'm gonna refund. No, I made a great purchase. It was kind of shitty how it turns out, but I'm still waiting for the long run. It's not the worst, I experienced way worse stuff, and you guys have been with me with Borderlands and fucking Black Ops 4. It was atrocious, but at least those games are stable. But with Cyberpunk, I feel like right now with Cyberpunk, I feel like maybe those two big patches, and I think it will be okay. But I can't say for some, because I'm not a game developer, even though I'm growing up to be one, or getting there at some point in my life. But I can't say for certain, because I don't know the functionality of the games, and like how updates and everything works like that. Like, I know they're supposed to fix them, but it's just like there's more in depth with that. So I'm getting like really interested of like coding and all that stuff. So you know, there's a whole lot of like can worms in there of like, hey, maybe if it's just these 2 patches will be okay, but hey, we just really need to see, because right now these people deserve like a break, man, because they've been working on this game for God knows how long. So I don't want to rush these people, because they've been very passionate about this game, and that's very good, because, you know, like with us, with gamers and everything, just sharing our passion for gaming with one another, and trusting our hands to the developers to bring us a quality product. They have indeed, but the performance is just not great. But they felt, I think what was it? I think if I can find it, it was another tweet saying that they were sorry for breaking their trust and all that stuff, and they're going to try to regain it, which I think, like, yeah, that's okay. Well, for the long hardcore dedicated fans, but for me, it's just like, you know, they did an oopsie. I can forgive them, even though this game has been developing for 7 years. You know, like, I don't think it won't be that much of a commotion or of issue once we get to possibly February and March and see how this game still turns out after then. But right now, I'm just seeing so many memes of just CyberPunk, of how shit the graphics are, and it's just like all the memes are just fucking hilarious, man. And yeah, there's all that stuff. Just hopefully, like, I can't, like, I'll probably like visit back at this video in February and seeing how the game goes. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think about the whole thing down below in the comment sections. If not, that's a-okay with me. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sundago239, and I hope y'all have a wonderful morning, night, day, evening, whatever the occasion is. And I will see you all lovely ladies and gentlemen in the next one. Peace.